Hi, it's your friendly ex Muslim. What is it about Islam that causes certain people to become extremists? Why is it that someone that was not born Muslim can read the Quran and the Sunnah and the scholarly interpretations and end up being this person that joins a terrorist outfit? I have before you the story of Lisa Smith, who was pronounced guilty in joining Daesh, aka ISIS. How did Lisa go from this convert, this white lady that wasn't born Muslim, to joining a terrorist organization? Is there something about the religion? Let's get into it. So here we have Irish court finds ex-soldier Lisa Smith guilty of joining Daesh. Okay, so that's a picture of her. So basically, 3 judges in Dublin at a special criminal court on Monday found former soldier Lisa Smith guilty of joining the so-called Daesh group in Syria. So this is a former Irish soldier. She was part of the military of Ireland, and now she ended up joining a terrorist organization. The Muslim convert who wore a hijab to court pleaded not guilty to membership of the group, okay? But Judge Hunt said the prosecution had established beyond reasonable doubt that she traveled to Syria with her eyes open and pledged allegiance to the group led by Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, okay? In 2012, before that, during the trial which began in January, prosecutors detailed how Smith, who was a member of the Irish Defence Forces from 2001 to 2011 for 10 years, traveled to Daesh-controlled territory in 2015 after converting to Islam. In 2012, she went on a pilgrimage to Mecca and expressed a desire on a Facebook page to live under Sharia law and to die a martyr. The court was told that she bought a one-way ticket from Dublin to Turkey, crossing the border into Syria and living in Raqqa, the capital of the Daesh's self-styled caliphate. Okay? This was during the time where obviously ISIS was in control of big parts of it. After failing to convince her husband to join her, she divorced him in 2016 and married a UK national involved in the group's armed patrols. She was arrested on arrival at Dublin Airport in December 1st, 2019 with her young daughter. Okay? So, how is it that this lady that was in the Irish Defence Force for 10 years converts to Islam, goes for Hajj, and becomes a terrorist? How did this happen? How is it that people like John Georgalis, another top member of ISIS from Texas, in a rural American family, ended up joining ISIS as well? How do these people convert to Islam and become terrorists? How come people that convert to Jainism don't become extremists that want to murder people and kill them and burn them alive and all the stuff that ISIS does and take slaves? And because that ideology doesn't have those characteristics. The ideology of Islamic extremism has all of these terrible things attached to it. But why is it that is it such a twisting of the text and the religion for this to be plausible? She said she wanted to live under Sharia law and die a martyr, and then she ends up in Syria, living under ISIS, and then she came back and got arrested. So clearly she didn't like it, or she wasn't what she thought it was. ISIS, they had no angels defending them. But the point I'm trying to make here with all these questions is that it's not a stretch. Unfortunately, the Islamic religion has a lot of bad content in it. The texts of the Islamic religion, the teachings of the Islamic religion, they lead to this ideology is a plausible interpretation. It's not the only interpretation. It's not the true interpretation, but it's one plausible interpretation. And that is the problem, my friends. The problem with Islam is that God, Allah, left it in such a state that many people, let's call them, well-intentioned people like her, ended up as terrorists. What kind of God would would give a religion that would be so difficult to understand or so easily misinterpreted to lead to such a conclusion? And ISIS is like the worst of the worst. So for this lady to go like that, she just flipped, unless she had some sort of mental issues that she flipped like that. It appears to me that it's not a case of without knowing her background, because I know many people like this. Like I know John Georgalis, and I interviewed his ex-wife Tanya Joya, right? She didn't say he had any mental issues. I mean, for all you know, I could have ended up in a terrorist organization if I was still part of the Islamic ideology and I was going into that thinking, jihadi thinking. So it's plausible, and that's the problem with Islam. That's the problem with this religion. It has this terrible things in it. Thank you for all your continued support and love. Please leave a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, almost at 25,000 subscribers, and join the Patreon if you'd like to support the channel. This is your friendly ex-Muslim, Abdullah Samir, signing out.